All right. Wow. And we're live right now. This I am now going on okay, let's see. Hi guys. I am also going on TikTok, just trying it out. I'm seeing the chat. Can you guys hear me? The mic volume looks a bit low, but I only through the recording that I'll know how I'll do. So it's my first time. But anyway, today's the Zeal Show episode 46. This is the the real time rant. Real time rant, what is it about? Basically, on my Tuesdays, my time at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, I usually will, actually, every single day, I will read the news from anything in crypto, from the price standpoint, or from the political standpoint, and also because I also run a company that helps other companies to get licensing. So from a regulation standpoint, but I won't bore you with all the regulatory stuff in this show. And also, yeah, I use this chance to actually talk about my thoughts, say my opinions out, and um, and see where things are today, right? So for the guys that are on TikTok, I guess I'm receiving the welcome from you guys. I didn't expect there'll be so many people joining the live chat. But if you do have any thoughts, I am trying to streamline and consolidate all the different chats there are. But for sure, if you on the guys on X, if you write a message on the actual show, the comments, I'll be able to see. If not, I think I have it on. I have it already on the. Uh, Let me open the chat just to make sure that I actually have it on. 1 second. Yes. Okay. So the X chat is on. Okay. The TikTok chat is on, as well as uh the YouTube chat is also on as well. So let me just turn it on first. This is the first time dealing with all three, but I know all my the traction is on all three. That's why I need to uh need to have it on all three at all at once. Okay, let me see the chats. Yes, all three are on. Okay, just say hi. So does it work on TikTok? Yes, it does. Great. Okay, I am taking a risk. I hope the sound works on TikTok. But anyway, let me go through with the messages first, as I usually do every single time. So I'm slowly improving on the Zeal Show infrastructure. So it's not just on there's as you the ones that have been on with me. It's not just on the Zeal Show real time rant on my Tuesdays. I also have a podcast with OGs from the industry, from crypto to fintech, um, and people that basically in the trenches in the tech space, right? So that's on Thursdays. My schedule is full all the way to mid June, and I know that guests don't want to come on. But when there's openings that I know guests want to come on, I will really rush them through. But if you do have people that you think should come on to the show, please ask them to come. And if you want to know what the format is, please head over to my YouTube channel. So it's youtube.com slash at Anson Zeal, ANSON ZEALL. Okay, once you're there, you'll be able to see how the video structure is like. And I don't want it to be like a very formal one. It's literally uncensored, unscripted. I do give some of the curious questions that I may ask, but to the guests. But usually I just let it flow. If it goes off track, just go off track. I want all the guests and also myself to basically speak from the heart. Okay, to basically speak from the heart. And yes, from the guys on TikTok, please do subscribe so that I know that there is demand on the TikTok side so that I can continue streaming that. But today I'm really just testing on TikTok, and the links are also on the YouTube, on X that I've showed in my socials as well. Okay. So yes, so I have the Tuesdays, the Thursdays, and I also will have the Fridays for different types of collaboration. Already booked for 29th, although this will be the last one on a Tuesday, with a DeFi Governance Radio on the 29th on a Tuesday, but we will move that to Fridays on a monthly basis. And then I will have also collaborations with other people as well. So it really depends, and we're in the midst of talks. So Thursdays are my flagship podcasts. Okay, so all the guests that goes on the show do not get, they don't pay me to be on the show. No one ever gets paid on the Thursday show. Okay, it's people that I know that have been through the trenches that want to add value to the viewers. Okay, so that they can learn from them. I can also learn from them as well. But Fridays will be collaborations. Okay, there will be promotions and all that, because I still need to sustain the show, right? I can't really do it for free. And Tuesdays is basically all my thoughts. Okay, so basically what's going on today and the updates that I have. And what I'll do is I will then condense this video as well. But I realize editing really takes time, so I'll do the most simple way of condensing. Obviously, I need the help of AI to help me shorten which parts to actually condense, and I'll put it on the same day. So you also get a 10-minute video of this show, so you get all the major tidbits of what's going on. Okay, so yes, for the guys on the TikTok chat, please do let me know what you guys want to see and talk about. I definitely can think about it for the next show as well. All right, so let me just turn on to the live, the link tree. Okay, so please do subscribe to my newsletter. For now, it's on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is where I'm getting the traction, because a lot of the guests are also on LinkedIn. They're high-level executives. They are people that, again, been through the trenches. But I do copy this newsletter into an article onto my X account as well. Okay, so you'll be able to see that. Please also join the Zeall Show community as well on X. I have it on my pinned on my profile. So you can go to my profile here, obviously all the profiles, and then you can go here and just join the group as well. Okay, join the community chat. That's why I post all my videos and stuff through that chat. I haven't decided whether I'm opening another profile like the Zeall Show X handle. I just don't want to handle so many different accounts for now, so I'll just stay here and see. Just want to make sure, can you guys hear me? I'm writing it inside TikTok. Okay. So yeah, so I have my latest episodes here. Well, sorry, this is the latest my how do you say, my feature video on YouTube. This is the condensed video on YouTube. We're having the interview with Zen, a good friend and also a very powerful person in Singapore in the crypto space. Also part of the board of the CFA as well, the Chartered Financial Analysts. Very mainstream traditional finance non-profit, where basically you have a CFA certificate, you're basically top of the world in the TradFi space. And then I have the other links. If you support me, buy me a coffee as well. Your coffees actually will help to sustain this channel in the beginning phase. And then I also have my books that I've written. You can also have a look. And also the company that I run that helps company to get licensing scale in regulated markets, as that's majority of my life that I worked on. So you basically will start to understand that I have the Zeall Show and Azentic Nexus. They complement each other. But I guess you watch a few more shows and you understand. But for today, how my show works, okay, now all the messages are gone. How the show works is I have created a AI agent, okay, AI agent that helps me with my own brand to tell me what sort of news I should be discussing. So these are the links that they want me to talk about. Okay, so let me just have it on. Let me open the 6 links. Usually I would have 3 topics on Bitcoin, 3 links on Bitcoin and 3 links on geopolitics. Okay. Speaking of Bitcoin, I think it's very important that we have a look at the price. Yeah, I haven't looked at the price today. I already know it sort of went crazy the last few days, and it's sort of decoupling, right? I don't know. It's getting very interesting. I haven't seen a phase like this when the S&P 500 and all the normal stock indices go down, Bitcoin is going up. Like, what is it? It's now getting more um, coupled with gold. In the previous episodes, I did talk about this. Okay, so this is unfortunately on TikTok, you won't be able to see my screen. You will only be able to see me talking. I'm trying to figure out how to put all the real estate onto TikTok. So if you are on your computer or something, go to my YouTube channel and you can see the live show there, and you will see the charts and things that I'm looking at. Okay, but for TikTok, it's basically seeing stuff that I'm saying. But if you want to see, you have to go on to X or go on to YouTube. Let me put that message that I posted to everyone on the other socials so that you guys can see the other channels as well. But I will slowly figure out how to get TikTok's message, like the real estate, going on a vertical screen. But for now, you can just hear me talking, and then I will hope I can articulate what I'm seeing on the screen as well. Okay, so the last rant that I had last Tuesday, I drew out 3 main scenarios. Okay, 3 main scenarios. Let me open that up. I'm looking at the daily chart now. Okay, so I drew 3 main scenarios. We have a very big support resistance line. I call it support/resistance. I only put in 2 types of lines on my charts. One are lines that are confirmed to be a resistance and support point for the Bitcoin price. What I mean by that is it's now a resistance, but back then it was a support point, right? And lines that are trend lines. Okay, so I have a trend line that shows as going upwards, showing a how do you say it? A trend of least resistance line, right? And I have 3 scenarios. So for the ones that can see, basically the best scenario would be that the prices pop up in the next few weeks, okay, very swiftly through the 88,000 resistance, right? And then it comes, maybe goes up to 90, 92, 95, or even 100. We don't know. Okay, I'm not predicting. And by the way, all of this is not financial advice. It's for me to articulate for my own investments as well. Okay, and then it comes down, right? It comes down to back to 88,000, where the resistance now becomes support, right? And then from there, it goes all the way up. If it is with this scenario, wow, then we are out of the woods with this correction. I think we're really done already. We can move out. Okay, that's scenario 1. Scenario 2, which is still okay, is, well, scenario 2 is still bouncing on the trend line resistance and going up, but it's similar to 1. But the main one is the red line, where we're going up towards 88,000, which is where we are now. Okay, where we are now. Okay, now we need to see whether it will push through hard at 88 or now come back down and back through the trend line of least resistance all the way down to 70 something. Okay, now I have a monthly chart I also look at. Okay, monthly chart that is super accurate. Okay, I have a monthly chart here. You'll be able to see this on the recording on YouTube afterwards if you want to see. That I put the lines on where the halving events occurred. Okay, not saying it's causal, but every time when halving occurs, prices go up. Okay, don't know. I don't want to make the link. I don't want to make the reasoning. I'm just using, but looking at this through observation. Okay, I'll say hi to people on the chat to know that I'm actually looking at you guys. Yeah, so it actually goes up every single time, and since 2012, it has not been broken at all. Okay, it has not broken. So if we zoom in to the monthly chart, if it hits even at 63, it comes back down. I'm actually still okay. I still see this as a bull market from the perspective of halving and prices going up. Okay, but if it goes below 61 and all the way down, okay, then this halving plus the chart going up, this particular observation goes down the drain. Okay, it goes down the drain. But for now, we're still in the in bull market. Even if it touches around 71, we're still in the bull market. Even if it crosses a little down to even around 60 and then bounces back up, I still consider this as a bull market. All right. So now we see we're still in safe bull market territory from the monthly chart. Wow, I think the aircon is a bit cold, but if I switch it off, it becomes hot. But never mind. So from the daily chart, if it goes down, then we are saying hi to everyone. If it goes down and touches the line, so now we're still in bull market territory. But if it forms a higher low, for myself, this is for me to definitely get in more on Bitcoin. Okay, so that's for the prices. So we're now at a don't know where it's going point. Okay, so now we need to see the next few days what it looks like. But now this is the point that we have been waiting for. Last week, we sort of knew that it was going to keep going up because it will retest the 88,000 mark, and this is where we are now. Okay, so let's see where it goes next week. Right, so that's for the prices. Okay, so let's see what were the links that the AI told me to talk about. Geopolitics in turmoil, how to manage the impact on your workforce. This is interesting. So what I usually do, I am not the expert in everything. I'm also here to learn. The expert in knowledge to me now is Grok. Grok knows everything inside out. So to make the show fast and move quicker, I usually just paste it in Grok. Whoops, I need to open a new one. Okay, and then we can then talk about it. Basically, we go through insights together. But I treat each and every process right now as a process for both of us to learn. So I then will write so now I'm in Grok and I'm actually putting in the link and asking, what is this about? It's now checking through 25 web pages to actually map out what this particular website is about. So key points here, it says that its impact on the workforce. Yeah, for sure. Similar to my previous role in another company, that with all the different types of geopolitics, the employees in a company will have different opinions, right? Some like what Trump does. I'll keep clicking hi on TikTok to show that I'm around. Please do follow me, guys, on TikTok. And when you have different opinions, you may have arguments. And when you have arguments, you may have factions within the company. This is very bad, right? When you're supposed to be in a team with a mission, external factors affect how employees work. And this is not good, right? When it's affecting the employees, then it will affect productivity in the company. Okay, so what it's also suggesting for companies now is foster an open dialogue, right? So it's important for leaders to also not ignore what's happening in the real world, in the geopolitical side of things. Because, for example, if you are not just in crypto, in other industries, if you are shipping goods to the US and so on, tariffs definitely will affect you, right? I have friends that have a company that is based in Hong Kong, manufactures in China. I did tell them before, need to diversify a bit, but anyway, uh, basically the whole company has to stop, right? It has to stop because the tariff situation is still so in flux with China that he can't really continue the business, right? You can't suddenly adjust your prices up, prices down. You can't do that. So it affects everyone, but that's just an extreme example. But in a company, maybe it's also good, even if it's not official, during lunches and so on, hear your employees out, hear your team out. What are they talking about? Okay. It's very important now that we make sure the external news does not affect the productivity of the employees in a company, right? And also the mental support that you have to give them. For example, factions form, as I say, and some of them might be very minor. Some of them may be even bullied, right? I can remember even in 2016 when I supported Trump, I quit Facebook during that time. Why? I felt literally bullied on Facebook, even by friends. I don't even want to talk anymore, right? So imagine that also can happen inside a workplace. You don't want to let that affect your most valuable employees that can actually work, right? So three is this is what Singapore does very well, promoting unity within the company. Singapore promotes it on a country level, but this one we can promote it on a company level. So this to me is what I think this is what this article is talking about. Okay, so therefore it really does affect the workplace. It's important to make sure that your you can somehow find a way to measure the company's employees' productivity, but definitely have an open mind to talk to them as individuals and as a group. All right, so let's see what this is talking about. Why is it best to talk to Grok? Grok doesn't just look at one article. It then looks at a slew of articles to actually make sure that the points that it comes back to me is at least going towards the truth direction, as what Elon is saying, right? So I post this article now on the second one onto Grok, and let me ask it what's that article talking about. Well, I am actually quite confused with the TikTok live studio, how it fully works. I can see live metrics, I can see live chat, but it doesn't really show who is actually seeing my videos. If someone can educate me on this, I'm happy to be educated. But I am very surprised that so many people are in the chat. But it's just that no one is interacting. Maybe I need to get to know my viewers more. Again, please do follow me, and I will do these videos. I will make sure I get TikTok on all my different different events, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then Fridays very soon. Okay. All right. So the next article is on the Wall Street Journal. The title is called "Sustainability Investors Eye Defense Stocks." Sorry, I'll say it again. Sustainability investors eye defense stocks as geopolitical tensions rise. Okay. So we're now linking the geopolitics of tariffs and all that to defense. As we have seen through multiple sources and through what people are talking about on X, unfortunately, this is not just a tariff war from the US on China. It's on multiple fronts, right? Not just on the economic front, it's on the political front, it's on the cultural front as well. That's why on X, if you guys are on X, you see that there's so many different videos that came out recently from the Chinese manufacturers smearing the luxury companies, right? I am not sure what the end goal and motive is, Like, is it trying to be angry at the luxury companies? Um, because all these videos actually give Trump a lot more reason to tariff because they are tariffing the listed companies whom have enjoyed huge margins from manufacturing in China, right? So many, for example, the narrative of how bags are being made. Obviously, I don't own a luxury bag, but I did get one for my wife, and before that, some bags are saying that bag brands are saying that they are made in like Italy, made in France, but actually, what happens is the bulk and the foundation of the bag is made in China. They then ship it back to France, Italy, and so on. And then they put the labels, and then they optimize or make it nicer. And then they put the label "Made in USA," "Made in France," "Made in Italy." Is that how it works? Maybe it is. Okay, but there was a whole article on whole post on LinkedIn that I put up that saying, uh, I don't know what the end goal is because they don't talk about the iPhones. They're not talking about other industries at all. It's only smearing the luxury brands, and most of the luxury brands is not from the US. It's it's from Europe. So are they trying to divert the American consumers to make them angry at the European brands? Not sure. Okay, that was for China. So why what's the point about this compare about this defense stocks and all that? It's because it's not just on tariffs. It's not just on the economical front. So now, if we look at history, things can be brewed to the point that if it's too serious on the economic front, things can become physical. That was also what happened in World War II when there were sanctions and tariffs on different countries and a very strong economic sanction on Japan. Japan was pushed to the corner, and then Pearl Harbor happened, right? And when you're pushed to the corner, you can expect the unexpected, which was Pearl Harbor. But at the same time, there's also another theory that Churchill was trying to, Winston Churchill, Prime Minister of UK at that time during the war, was trying to convince in a very soft way to get Roosevelt to come in to the war, right? But Roosevelt can't go in because declaration of war is not by the president, it's by the Congress. And so is this part of the deal? Like how the events went all the way to Pearl Harbor? This one I'm not sure. Okay, but I don't want to talk about it here, but it's just the thoughts that came out from my head when I'm talking about this. Okay, so now let's talk about defense stocks. What Grok is saying is that investors may be changing priorities. Okay, so no, but the interesting part is sustainability focused investors avoided the defense stocks because of environmental concerns and all that. Oh, but they're now saying sustainability investors are buying and looking at defense stocks. Okay, this is making me think this is wild, okay? They are very for the environment, they're for the climate. So when there's an emergency, uncertainty, they become unsustainable anymore. That's how sustainable. That's why all these sustainability investors, they when it affects their portfolio, when they don't know where it goes, they just go back to the norm. Okay, so these labels is just to make their optics look good. As you can see from here, it really isn't about whether they're being sustainable or not. Because if they really are for the environment, no matter what happens, they should be pushing that narrative rather than going towards trying to mitigate the risk of uncertainty. This is very interesting. So, yeah, I don't really buy the sustainability game. Look at them, okay? They just like this, they already changed their mindset on how they invest. So the other part they were saying the drivers for the geopolitical scene in terms of investments, China is restricting the rare earths, right? So this is another thing. Maybe it's just an opinion from Wall Street Journal, right? If China is restricting rare earth exports, how is the US going to fully optimize the supply chain for the military resources, right? You need rare earths for devices. You need rare earths for military weapons, right? The semiconductors and so on all require rare earths. But yet China is restricting that. At the same time, they are looking at defense stocks. Maybe the article doesn't say, oh, yeah, that's the next point. So it's not just the US ones. The European defense stocks are now up over, wow, Thales is up over 82%, and Rheinmetall is up 136%, right? European stocks may, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm talking about like the common sense. So now we have this driver for geopolitics. And now we also have the driver that the Europeans have a rearmament initiative of $800 billion. So this is also powering all the European defense stocks. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, so now, but this article is about sustainability. Investors, they're eyeing things differently. Whatever. I don't buy the sustainability message, since they can suddenly switch around to whatever they want. All right, next one is Middle East turns to Asia as geopolitical shifts drive capital diversification. If I'm not wrong, I have not read this yet, right? ASEAN should be in the picture because ASEAN is a very important part of the whole geopolitical chess strategy. Okay, let's go and look at the map. Okay, so if we go and look at the map, I want to open another window, but I don't want to, because if I open Google, it will default to see my home address. I don't want to press that. Okay, just 1 second. Okay. ASEAN. Okay, let's just zoom out of Singapore, zoom out here. So now I'm looking at the maps. Okay. So I'm looking at the map now. How do I remove this? Okay, cross out. Great. No. Okay. No. Let me just. This is. Okay, I know how I can do it. Sorry, just 1 second. So let me just have a look. Let me just zoom out. All right, so if I zoomed out, okay, let me see if I can switch over the Chrome browser. Hold on. The Maps browser. Okay, good. So you can see that ASEAN is very big, right? ASEAN is huge. All the shipments have to go through Singapore, through this very narrow channel, right? And in order to go up to China. And ASEAN now has a centrality movement where they are not being neutral. Because when you have a neutrality stance, it usually means I don't want to do business with you. I also don't want to do it with you because I'm neutral. And you are doing this. I don't want to be involved. You are doing this. I also don't want to be involved. If you keep doing this, you won't have any business at all. So instead of being neutral, it's actually also the Singapore way, is to be central. It means that as long as it benefits ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asian Nations, which are the 10 countries, Vietnam, Cambodia, Philippines, Thailand, Myanmar, Burma, Laos, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, right? As long as it benefits this, we will work with you. That is the current stance of the ASEAN, which is good, right? So this means US will have to come in, okay, to engage ASEAN. China will have to come in to engage ASEAN. Russia will have to come in to engage ASEAN. And Europe will have to come in to engage ASEAN. Right? So everyone engages. It's basically now a melting pot of economic opportunity within ASEAN. And I'm really seeing that if you want to be neutral, basically everyone just comes to do business in ASEAN. Okay, so let's see what this is about. I'll put this link. I don't want to keep scrolling. So this, no, whoops, it's the wrong link. Yes, I was looking at some MAS stuff just then. Okay, what is this about? Okay, so now for the newcomers on TikTok, hi. What I usually do, this is like my reading news session, but I'm just voicing out, and this is what I do every Tuesday, and I condense it into a video and put it on YouTube to put out my opinions, right? But I am not the expert at this. I am like, instead of reacting to videos, I'm reacting to news. Also good for myself as well. And the expert in all this, I'm using Grok. Okay, Grok will pass through posts and web pages to give me a very accurate answer to explain a particular link. And this is what I'm doing now. Okay, so the article is about Middle East turns to Asia as political shifts drive capital diversification. So what Grok is saying, the focus is on Asia as a stable and high growth investment destination. Countries like Singapore, Hong Kong, and mainland China attracting Gulf capital due to their robust financial markets, infrastructure opportunities, and strategic trade positions. So you can see that the UAE is definitely moving towards more. Actually, no, the UAE is having, because they have a lot of money, they're also not taking a position, right? If you remember recently, just in the last 2 months, UAE is going to invest $1 trillion over the next decade, or is it in the next 5 years in the US? Saudi Arabia is also doing that around, was it $500-600 billion? And now they're going to put money in Asia as well. So they're basically deploying more capital everywhere. I don't think they are turning towards Asia. It's his opinion from people again. We already saw the news of them investing in the US. So now they're putting money in Asia as well. And they're not just turning to Asia. Okay, so I don't know if this Hubis, this particular brand, is having a particular bias. But for me, what I'm seeing is Middle East is just spraying capital everywhere. That makes sense for them to invest. They are not taking sides at all. And then here it says the context is Asia is projected to account for 60% of the global GDP by 2030. This is the historical context. How things will shift in the next 1 or 2 years, we will see. Because recently, the former prime minister of Singapore came out and to say that the revised growth, even for Singapore, we may even see 0 to 2%, lower than before. So is it going to reach 60? I don't know, but this was before. Okay, so definitely things are changing, and we're still in flux. Very hard to make conclusions. All we can do is know where things are going to prepare ourselves better for whether it's our investment, our families, and so on. Okay, so that's what this article is about. Bitcoin rebounds as US dollar weakens and Trump feuds with Jerome Powell. Okay, let's go and look at the US dollar chart. Okay, so I'm back on the trading view. Wow, US dollar is tanking. Literally tanking. Okay, I'm not going to overlay. I realize overlaying, it's very hard to see things. So what I'm going to do is I am going to create a copy this Zeall show. I'll call it the dual chart so that we can see 2 charts above one above, one below, so that we can compare. And I'll give you a reason why. Because if, for example, Bitcoin is rise is so quick, right? If I overlay with a Bitcoin chart above, you can't you can't really see anything, right? Uh, well, okay, all right. Let's just do this first. Let's have a look at this first. Okay, so okay, this is the first time I'm overlaying Bitcoin on US dollars. Usually, I just look at it, observing two charts at the same time. So overall, interesting. I didn't expect this to be seeing the correlation. So US dollar was going up and Bitcoin was going up at the same time. This was before the election. Is it because there was expectation that if you have a Bitcoin reserve, strategic Bitcoin reserve, it would help with the minimizing the debt in the long run, and therefore US dollar would strengthen? Is it all linked? I'm not sure, but you can see that after the election, things have changed. Tariffs came in, right? And then Bitcoin also came down. The US dollar came down. I don't have I don't want to go through all the logic why it goes down together. But what I'm trying to show here is it actually went up. And then when the dollar came down, Bitcoin came down. But now the dollar goes down, Bitcoin is going up like mad. Okay, the dollar going down 3%, and the Bitcoin went up over 20% in the same period. So this is a very interesting situation that it doesn't really happen before. So that's why we're monitoring this. Is it because of the tariff situation? Is it because of the uncertainty? Is it also because Trump says that he's going to fire Powell? And France came in to say that if you do, then if you jeopardize the independence of the Fed, it will jeopardize the reputation of the US dollar. Is it because of that? I don't know. I don't like to link that, but I like to put in the points to say that what may be affecting all this. Okay, so this one's interesting. So going back to the article, I don't need to put this on Grok. I think this is enough to see. So I think the main driver here is Trump wanting Jerome Powell off, and it's actually not good for the US dollar. Jerome Powell, no matter your politics, which side you're siding with, your mandate as the central bank in the US, as the Federal Reserve Chair, is to monitor and the stability of the US dollar, right? And is he actually doing this? I can see from Trump's angle saying that everything is going down, inflation is going down, prices going down. Why isn't the Federal Reserve actually pushing down the interest rates? But Federal Reserve also has to look at other factors, like is the economy doing well and so on, right? If inflation is going down and the economy is still strong, there is no reason to actually push down the interest rates right now, right? So let's have a look. How's the economy doing? So we can ask Grok, what is the current unemployment rate in the US, and is it considered good? Showing indicating that the US economy is still very strong. Okay, so I just put that in Grok just to ask. Okay, so the current March 2025 unemployment rate is at 4.2%, increased slightly from February. Is this so in terms of historical norms, this is considered full employment, right? So the economy is actually very strong. It's tight, but it's not overheated. Prices are coming down, and the economy is strong, which means people are being employed, which means people have salaries, which means people can consume more by right if prices are coming down, right? So there is actually no reason to actually push down the interest rates. The interest rates, what I think what Trump is trying to do is trying to get the, as many have said, get the 10-year yields down, the treasuries down, so that it can refinance the bonds. But what Trump is, it's a bit of a disinformation, unfortunately, that Trump is saying that it's linking just on the prices is down and therefore have to push the interest rates down. But the thing is, the economy is actually it's actually very strong. Jobs growth in 2025 added 228 jobs, surpassing expectations of 140,000 jobs, right? So it actually did better than expected. 140, nearly 100 and can't do my math. 140,000, 80, sorry, 80, 60, 70, 80. Yeah, 80,000 more jobs were created, more than expected, right? So the economy is doing well. And if you reduce the interest rates, you may overheat the economy. And when you do overheat the economy, what happens? We saw that when money is money printing happens, okay, and then there were supply chain problems, prices went up, and the jobs, because of the artificial creation of money, there were jobs. The strength of the economy was still quite strong, okay, and then interest rates kept going up. If you reduce now, you're going to increase the interest rates later anyway. Okay, so sorry, and I realized my screen wasn't back on the maps, Bitcoin ETF. Is it this one? No, not this one. Not on X. Oh, there's so many windows. Is it this one? Not on this one. Not on this one. I have just so many windows. Sorry, just 1 second. I'm on the Grok one. Which shows Bitcoin rebound. Anyway, okay, so I just throw this into this one. Chrome Studio X. How come I can't see the how come I can't see the Grok one, which I am on? So sorry about this. Okay, so this is the other window. Anyway, so I'm on the Grok window, basically showing the economy stats, and the stats actually show that things are actually doing very well. Okay, so if things are doing very well, there's really no reason to actually change the interest rates at all. Okay, so let me remove the maps. Oh, I can put it here. I can put it here. Delete the map. Okay, so I'm back on this window. I just have a lot of windows. I just need to close that one. Yes, I will. I will. It's a one-man show. I will learn to make sure that my windows are done properly. Sorry about that. I don't know even which window this was. Okay. Anyway, so I'm on. So we talked about that. Let's talk about the next one. Our next one is the same. It's on Bitcoin. So I think we talked quite a lot on all this. And I found it right here. Okay, so I can move it back here. This is the window. Okay. So can you put the stats in bullet point form? Okay, so you can see from here, make it easy to read. Assessment is 4.2% of the and employment is good. Okay, it's actually good. There is no reason to actually lower the interest rates at all. Not very strong, but still considered good. Okay. All right. So the next, so that that's the amount of articles that the AI has given me. So today we talked about a number of things. We talked about the Middle Eastern. No, we That's the second article. The first article was on the workforce. It's important to hear your team out, hear your employees out, because many factions form when there are different opinions. This may affect productivity. Secondly, is the sustainability narrative. I don't believe in that, as this Wall Street Journal right there already said that the sustainability investors are eyeing defense stocks. Then what's the point? You don't like defense stocks because it's hurting the environment. There are no environmentally friendly defense stocks, right? But now as long as it's hurting your bottom line, you will not be sustainable anyway. So I don't like that story. Third is Middle East turning to Asia. It's not really turning to Asia. It is investing in everywhere, in the US, in Asia as well. We looked at the Bitcoin prices. We looked at the economy. Trump doesn't like Powell because he's not willing to drop interest rates. But there isn't really a good reason to drop. And just from the price angle, asking to drop is actually very, very dangerous. Okay, because there are many factors to look at in order to think about whether to drop the interest rates. All right, so that's it for today. My first time on TikTok, and very happy to be here. Oh, there's actually a timer now. I see. Okay, it's good. It's good that I'm ending now. So yes, so I am. We'll have the show on Thursday with Zhang Quan. Don't miss this. There's going to be a lot to talk about, from crypto to TradFi to anything DeFi as well. Be sure to be there. So for the people in US, have a good night. And for people in Asia, have a great day ahead. I will see you on Thursday, my time.